Hello guys, welcome back. So let's keep on going with our hair creation process. So these guys are the first clump. Let me grab all those guys and hit space and type in frame. And then that's going to allow me to create a frame. I can call this guy hair underscore 01. Okay. Right, so we drag it over here, maybe drag it on above. This one is for my reference for where do I place those hair, so that's going to be something we will eventually turn off. But we can give it a frame also and call this guy grid reference. Okay. Anyway, so let's start doing another hair. The second hair will also use the hair generator, and that's why we create this hair generator, because we kind of wanted to use it again and again and again. Okay, so I'm gonna go change the clump width to something smaller. Okay, and then I'm gonna go create maybe a little bit more warping. Okay, and warp frequency to something higher. Okay, and then I'm gonna Control D to have a copy, but this time I don't want any warp. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a directional warp myself to warp it. Actually, I'm warping this guy. So I need to have another Perlin noise. We don't really use a lot of nodes, just the Perlin noise and directional warp will be the primary things we do to warp the hair in all different ways. Okay. Alright, so maybe I can change the value to 30 to warp it even more, or even more than that. Okay. Okay, so I can then create a transformation 2D to move it back, and then I can do a head blend to blend this with that, and again we just drag the head offset to have this one on top. Okay, maybe I want this guy to be a little bit more narrower, so clump width to something even smaller. Okay, cool. And moving on from there, I can then just add another one. So another higher generator. And this time maybe I can change the higher amount to something lower and clump width to something also quite low. And this one, I'm going to do another head blend to blend this guy over here. The reason I'm using all those head blend is because it really gives me the correct depths. If I just use the hair generator, I could get that amount of hair and the variation maybe, but I don't have the depths that the head blend gives me. Like I can make one lower than the other. Okay, and let me drag this guy over here to the other side. Okay, and of course you can see we have more dynamic happening here when we blend multiple ones together. Okay, maybe that one goes down there. Maybe not. Okay, so again what we need to do now is create another transformation 2D and do a blend to blend that to the previous one. This time we use add. Okay, and that goes to this input, and we go change the opacity of this one up so that we can see the reference grade, and we can use that transformation 2D we created to reposition this guy so that it's in the second row. Maybe I can narrow it down, stretch it longer, and drag it over to the top. Okay. Alright, you can see now we're populating another set of hair that uses this new texture now. Okay, so it's just the process of keep doing this until you blocked all those 8 different variations. You can see the second one, I purposely have some more gap and make it not as dense as the first one, because we want to have denser ones and gradually fall to like not as dense ones, and the last one maybe just one strand or two. Okay, now when I'm done with that, I can go back to the blend again and lower down the opacity. Okay, all right. Okay, also take a look at what we got from these hairs. You can see I think this part is cut out by another hair card, so it should be fine. Okay. And we can also change the scene to like a plain hair resolution. Right click and view output in 3D to take a look at those hair in the flat plane mode. That can also help. To spot problem, you can see now we have this one that's edging out from here. That means then this guy is actually having some clipping issue. Okay. So first thing we can do is we can go to that transformation 2D that does move it away, which causes that. You can go to the tiling mode and tell it to absolutely no tiling. That should get rid of that. Okay. And we can also, just to be a little bit more careful, we can maybe shrink it in. Maybe not that one. I shrink this one in just a little bit. Okay, now go back to our hair card. Okay. All right, we just keep on doing this. So one thing I can do is also make the hair a little bit darker. Maybe I can also change the uniform color for the roughness to be a bit more shinier, so that I can see some highlights on the hair. Okay. Now because in Substance Designer you don't have double-sided faces, you don't really see the other side. I'm not sure if we can do that or not. Maybe not. Anyway, so I'm just gonna keep on building a new hair strands. So I'm gonna name this guy with a frame to organize this. So this is gonna be the hair 02. And just keep on doing this to add new hairs again and again. We'll have a bunch of new blend node. Keep adding here, another blend until we got everything blended together. Okay. So let me drag in another hair generator. Okay. If you know what to do, you can already start doing it yourself. I need lesser hair count and lesser. Shorter clump lengths. Can do a blend with actually a height blend with a copy of this guy that is a little different, maybe a little bit more tighter. Okay, lesser haircut, and then maybe I can also lower down the warp intensity and frequency. Okay, I can do a transformation 2D. I kind of wanted to flip it, so holding down shift while dragging it to flip this guy. Can do another directional warp on this guy, and that goes to the top maybe. And then we can create again Purdy noise to warp it ourselves. And then in the blend, I can drag this head offset, so this guy is on top. We can create another transformation 2D here, so that we can move this guy over to the center. And this guy can also have a transformation 2D and drag it to the center to blend those two better. Okay. All right. And then I can create another transformation 2D and connect that to this transformation 2D. Maybe I can just reuse it by flip it over and then create another hat blend. And this one is on top and this one is on the bottom. Okay, and this new one will be on the other side. Maybe tilt it a little bit more. Okay, and then again the hat blend will be able to define which one is on top. Alright, so this is another cluster of hair. And what we do here is again create another transformation 2D, and then we do a blend, and we just add that on top, and that goes to the final input there. And then that one I'm going to turn on the opacity to have my grade again. Double click to take a look at that, and go back to the transformation 2D and just drag it over to that slot. Stretch it to make it longer. You can see this one is even more loose, right? It doesn't have that much hair strands anymore. Expand it a little bit. Okay. All right. Cool. And then I can go back and turn off the opacity here. Okay. So very quickly we can, you know, quickly populate the hair, and one by one, I will eventually have all the hairs needed. Okay, let me grab this guy and do another frame, and then call this guy hair 03. For the rest of the hair, it's going to be done the same way, so I don't think you need to see me doing this again and again. I'm going to use the time in between to block in all the smaller hair strands until we have all the hairs, all the hair textures created. All right, cool. See you next time.